Oh, fuck yeah, that's right. What's up, everybody? Peter Gilmore here for another video, my second video of the night. This time on the home of the Gilmore Chronicles, TGC Reborn. This is episode number 167 of the Gilmore Chronicles Reborn series. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video. Hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. Share this video all over the internet and tap that bell. Turn on all my notifications so you never miss an upload. And YouTube can somehow, some way send my videos out to you. You'll be the first one to watch them and comment and do whatever you want. So you'll be in the loop and you never miss an upload. And you just watch from day one to now. All 167 episodes of the Gilmore Chronicles for the past few years. And you can watch them and do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. And that's that. But subscribe to this channel. We gained a little bit here on this channel. Most of my other channels, I've gained a few subs. Thank you all for subbing to my channels and enjoy the ride. Because you're never going to get off. I'm not leaving. This train doesn't stop. It keeps going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny. And that's all I got to say about that. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, on this late Thursday night, May the 7th, 2020, check out my NXT review on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel. Link is down below in the description box. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Daily Motion, wherever you share videos. Leave a few questions for a future Q&A coming up by Memorial Day. I'm gonna do a live Q&A, hopefully on Memorial Day or maybe the week after that. So get all your questions in, and hopefully we'll do a Q&A on Memorial Day. Talk about some wrestling, some movies, some music, some politics, some religion, stuff like that. Open forum, and I might have guests. I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens with that. I'm not gonna make it a big long thing, but that's all I got to say about that. Not going to be that long, but we'll see. All right, on this late Thursday night on TGC 167, it is time for another prediction videos, as always on this channel, the home of predictions and vlogs and some other stuff here and there if I feel like talking about it. But on episode 167 of the Gilmore Chronicles, I'm here to give you my 2020 WWE Money in the Bank predictions. Money in the Bank comes your way this Sunday night, live on pay-per-view from, well, two places. The Performance Center in Orlando, Florida, and Titan Towers in Stamford, Connecticut. On the bottom floor, go to the roof. As this is a unique Money in the Bank this year. We have, as always, the men and women Money in the Bank ladder matches, but this time it's a little bit different. They're going to be starting at the ground floor of Titan Towers, working their way all the way up to the roof where the Money in the Bank briefcases will be, and they will be starting at the same time. Actually, the Money in the Bank matches will start right at the start of the pay-per-view at 8 o'clock, 7 or 8 o'clock. I think it's 7 o'clock. So throughout the show, we'll be cutting in and out of the Money in the Bank ladder matches. And maybe by the end of the night, we may have a new champ, or we'll have two new Money in the Bank winners, for the men and for the women, respectively. But we shall see. I mean, the Money in the Bank briefcase has been cashed in on the pay-per-view itself. We saw it with Bayley, I believe it was last year. And Dean Ambrose did it at the pay-per-view. I think it might be a couple others. I don't really remember, but you know, if you're the champion, you may want to have eyes in the back of your head. And that's going out to Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman. Because the winner may cash in on you that night. Or they might wait. Who knows? They got a guaranteed contract to the title of the respective brand. You know, if somebody wins from Raw, they get the WWE title. If somebody wins from SmackDown, they get the Universal title. And the same thing with the women, they get the Raw or SmackDown women's title. Because not going for the NXT title. But we'll see what happens with that. So this is going to be a unique pay-per-view like they're building it up to be. It should be very interesting. I'm not really looking forward to it, even though I got nothing better to do on Sunday, but I'm gonna watch I'm gonna watch most of the pay-per-view, see how it goes. And it could be decent, it could be very good. Some of the Money Bank pay-per-views have been pretty decent. So who's to say we're gonna get a decent pay-per-view? But I still think Double or Nothing is gonna be the pay-per-view of the month. Let's be real here. And we'll see what happens with that. So I'm going to give you my predictions. We got 6 matches on the card. And the Money in the Bank ladder matches are going to really fill up the whole, both of them are going to fill up 3 hours of your time. Plus the other matches that have been announced. The WWE title match, the Universal title match, there's a SmackDown tag team title match. I don't know if there may be matches announced on SmackDown tomorrow, so you know I don't have the final card, but this is the card that's on WWE.com and Wikipedia and whatever else you can find the card on. So we got that. So let's begin. And if you're watching on YouTube, come on in and join the chat. Leave your predictions and any questions, and hopefully we get to that. And we have a nice discussion, and we'll see how long we go with this. Probably not that long. Maybe an hour, or maybe a half hour to an hour, but we'll see. And that's that. All right. And we're going to start off the predictions with the SmackDown Women's title, which will probably be, well, it's not going to start the show, but probably be maybe somewhere in the middle of the show, but we'll see what happens with that. We got Bayley, the champion, who's held it for, well, just about a year, almost, taking on the #1 contender, Tamina, who earned her shot at the title by beating Sasha Banks, the boss, who most likely will be accompanying Bayley to ringside. Now, this is kind of like a rematch because Tamina was in the Fatal 5-Way match at WrestleMania with Lacey Evans. It was a Bayley defending against Sasha Banks, Tamina, Naomi, and Bayley, Sasha, Tamina, Naomi, and Lacey Evans, I believe. I could be wrong on that, but it is what it is. And they got rid of Tamina real quick. And then right the week after that, Tamina comes out, says that I want a title shot, and Bayley's like, I'm being fair. I'll be a fair woman. I'll be a fair champion. Says you can get your match if you beat Sasha. So we get to that match, and then Bayley tried to get involved to help her bestie Sasha, and it cost her. And Tamina won the match with a super kick. And so she got the match. And now Tamina is teaming up with Lacey Evans to take on Bayley and Sasha this tomorrow night on SmackDown. So maybe Lacey Evans will be at ringside with Tamina, helping her out, making sure Sasha doesn't get involved. But we'll see what happens with that. But this is going to be an match. Sasha may get involved. Lacey Evans might get involved. Who knows? Probably kind of a clusterfuck. But I think in the end, Bayley's going to retain. Or Tamina might win by disqualification. I don't think Tamina's going to get... They're not going to give Tamina the belt. I mean, she's getting a push, but she's not going to get a push right. And and gonna be running the SmackDown Women's Division with the belt. There's no way. Cows will fly when the day Tamina wins the SmackDown Women's title or the Raw Women's title, whatever brand she's on. But she's not going to win here unless it's by disqualification. But I do see Bayley retaining, holding it for a while because they're really setting up Bayley and Sasha for a showdown, maybe at the next pay-per-view or by SummerSlam, which I think is the best idea, going all the way to SummerSlam. Maybe have Bayley defend it maybe before then on SmackDown, or defend it at the next pay-per-view, whatever that is. We don't have anything next. I don't know if there's going to be a pay-per-view in June or if there's going to be one in July. But if there is, might be Extreme Rules or Payback. I don't know. Or maybe something else before we get to SummerSlam in Boston in August, which is tentatively still going to be at the TD Garden Arena in Boston. We might get NXT TakeOver Boston from the TD Garden Arena as well, but card and schedule to be determined. I hope it happens in the TD Garden and we have at least some fans there, but that's not up to me. That's not up to the WWE to decide. That's up to the people in Boston, and that's one of the major cities that still, hasn't been hasn't eased their restrictions yet. So, we got New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Connecticut's supposed to maybe easing up on May the 20th, which is 2 weeks away. New York, maybe by May 15th. Who knows with that? Jersey, who knows with Jersey right now? The governor's talking about, maybe reopening in September. That sucks. But as long as I can get to New York City, I don't give two shits. But, we'll see what happens with that. So hopefully by August, Boston will sort of reopen, and hopefully they allow the WWE to perform in the TD Garden Arena. We have some fans, maybe a couple thousand, maybe about 1,000 fans. They got to practice the social distancing crap. But at least, fans back in the stands, hope, for a major pay-per-view for WWE could help them really big time. And, who knows when they're going to be back at a Full Sail University or at the Performance Center. Who knows what same thing with AEW. I think AEW is going to have fans at Double or Nothing, but we'll see. We might have fans next week. I mean, they had Enhancement Town in the stands, but, no people yet. They haven't really announced that yet. So I don't know how if fans are going to come back to the stands, but they are coming back. We just don't know when. Hopefully, we'll get that information. Hopefully by by the weekend or by Double or Nothing or before June. Hopefully, we'll see what happens with that. So, like I said, Bayley will retain over Tamina, continue on her reign, and then eventually she'll her and Sasha will split up. Sasha probably will play the face, which sucks because I think Sasha's a better heel than a face. And we'll see what happens with that. And I think Sasha will be the one to beat Bayley, obviously, because who else is going to be besides Sasha? Is going to be Lacey? No, probably not. Probably don't want Lacey. Will probably be the one that dethrone Sasha because they're going to probably continue with the Lacey Sasha storyline. But who knows with that? And then it might be Naomi, but I thought they were going to do that at WrestleMania. They didn't do that, and by the end of the year, who knows? That's that. All right, that's that. So we got a viewer, so come on in and chime in. If you want to give your predictions for Money in the Bank, put it in the chat. And don't be shy. I don't bite yet. But we get that. All right. So we got that for the SmackDown Women's title. All right. Then we go to the SmackDown Tag Team titles. We got the New Day. Big E and Kofi Kingston. The champions, the 8-time World Tag Team Champions, taking on the former champs, The Miz and John Morrison, the greatest champions of the 21st century. Miz and Morrison, hey, ho, ho, big shells. Taking on the Forgotten Sons, Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake, most likely, with Jackson Ryker at ringside. They get the shot because they beat the New Day last week on SmackDown. And also taking on the Lucha House Party of Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado. How did they get a title shot? I don't know. I guess because they came out after the New Day won, and then they had that big clusterfuck of talking. And then they somehow earned a title shot because there's basically nobody else in the division. The Usos, they're not going to be Usos because I think it's Jimmy Uso fucked up his leg, and he's out for 6 to 9 months. So, the Usos won't be seen till probably the end by next year, probably by WrestleMania next year. Then again, either by Survivor Series or probably by WrestleMania they'll be back. Well, Jimmy will be back. Jimmy and Jay will be back probably by WrestleMania next year. But we'll see what happens with that. I'm not really looking forward to this match. You got the former champs, Miz and Morrison, saying that the New Day winning was a fluke because at WrestleMania it was John Morrison taking on Big E, taking on one of the Usos. And somehow, some way, Morrison came down with the belts and retained at WrestleMania 36. And then I think it was a week or two later, it was the Miz taking on Kofi Kingston and Jey Uso. And we saw, it's Big E, excuse me. And Big E won the belts for the New Day for the 8th time. And then, like I said, last week, we saw the Forgotten Sons show up, and they get a match with the New Day. And thanks to Miz and Morrison's distraction, Forgotten Sons pick up the victory, and now they have a title shot. And that's how you do it. You earn it. So it should be a pretty decent match. I don't see the Lucha House Party winning. I really don't give two shits about the Lucha House Party. They should go back to Mexico with Kalisto. We haven't seen Kalisto in, a year? Or maybe less than a year? Where is Kalisto? Not that I care, but, just want to know where Kalisto is. And that's that. Not going to be the Lucha House Party. Probably won't be the Forgotten Sons. I don't think they're going to win. I don't think it's their time yet. But they'll get some offense in. They get a lot of moves in. Kind of give the New Day a run for their money again. Ryker or Gunner might get involved again. Gunner! So we'll see what happens with that. They could give it back to the Miz and Morrison for the 3rd time or the 4th time. I think they've been 3-time champs now. Or they were 3-time champs. And winning it again would be the 4th time, I think. But they might give it to Miz and Morrison for the 4th time, but we'll see what happens with that. But, the New Day just winning it at WrestleMania and holding it for a couple of weeks now. I don't think they're gonna, and this is their first title defense, so I don't think they're gonna lose it right away to these 3 teams. So I'm gonna pick the New Day to retain in a hard-hitting match, and they'll retain the belts for a while. I think I'll probably hold it for a long time. Because really, I think they're warming him up for either Miz and Morrison or the Usos. I really doubt the Forgotten Sons are going to become the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. I really doubt it. That's that. But well, we'll see what happens with that. And we're going to move on from there. So the New Day will retain the belts. And that's that. So we'll move on. All right, there we go to the the Universal title match. We got Braun Strowman taking on everybody's favorite Funhouse guy, Bray Wyatt, or The Fiend. Which one is it going to be? We don't know. Probably will be Bray Wyatt, because I don't think it's going to be The Fiend. Who knows? This should be a pretty interesting match. You know, the history with Bray and Braun. Braun coming as the black sheep of the Wyatt family, causing utter destruction back in the day, you know, taking on the Shield. And just running amok in the WWE. And then they kind of did away with Braun, and Braun just went on his own, being the monster among men. We all know the history of Braun. You know, dominating guys like Roman Reigns. Oh, I said his name. Woo! WWE's going to censor me now. Fuck you. Now, beating guys like Roman Reigns. And, well, I would say Brock, but he got his ass handed to him by Brock. And then he finally wins the Intercontinental title. Then he lost it to Sami Zayn, who we haven't seen in a while. I don't know what's going on with Sami. He has a lot of heat backstage. I don't know what they're going to do with him. They're going to suspend him, or they're going to release him, and they're going to strip him of the IC title. We're going to have a IC title tournament. Who knows? But he's not well liked backstage. And then he gets inserted into the match that was supposed to be Goldberg versus Roman Reigns, but since Roman's, decided to leave WWE and go to Hollywood because of this fucking virus, I don't blame him. But WWE's lost a big star in Roman, and they kind of editing him out. They edited him out of that Money in the Bank moment with Seth Rollins cashing in at WrestleMania 31. They edited him out. They didn't show it. They just showed Seth running down to the ring, and then him curb stomping Brock Lesnar and him picking up the victory and getting the WWE title back then. Probably one of the greatest Money in the Bank cash-ins of all time. That's what they said. But, it's up there with one of the best, but we get that. So he wins it. He's held it for a couple of weeks, and then Bray Wyatt comes in and says, you have something I want. You have that thing on your shoulder, Braun. I want it. So, and then over the past couple of weeks, he's been playing mind games with Braun, giving him that present on A Moment of Bliss, and inside was the black sheep mask. And then last week, he's playing mind games with him again. They're going to have a face-off tomorrow night on SmackDown. I don't know how that's going to go, but it should be pretty intense. And that's that. But, I mean, they've really kind of dropped the ball with Braun. I mean, they have really no other choice. They had to give Braun the belt because Goldberg was leaving the WWE again. Because he's not going to be, he's only going to be a part-timer. He's not going to be... He was supposed to lose to Roman, but since Roman skedaddled and left WWE, they had to give it to Braun. And really, Braun's been boring as fucking champ. So I would not be surprised that he give it back to Bray Wyatt for the third time, because he's won it before. He won it way back when, and then he beat Seth Rollins for the belt, and then at the Saudi Arabia show, and then He lost to the Goldberg at the next Saudi Arabia show. He won that Crown Jewel. Then he lost at a Super Showdown to Goldberg. Then Goldberg proceeded to lose to Braun Strowman at WrestleMania. So we might get a revolving door of the Universal title, but who knows? But I think it's going to be. I think logic will prevail, and I think Braun's going to pin Bray Wyatt, really continuing to kill Bray Wyatt's momentum, but they're going to make him look strong. He's still going to be in the title picture, but, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's either you have the face of SmackDown be Bray Wyatt or Braun Strowman. Who do you play? And really, it doesn't matter because SmackDown's a crappy show. So is Raw. So you're gonna pin your hopes on Drew McIntyre, or you're gonna pin your hopes on Seth Rollins again. And we all know how Seth Rollins was when he was the Universal Champion. When he held it before Bray took it from him. The ratings stunk. And with Drew at the helm, the ratings still stink. That's why WWE stinks. WWE just fucking sucks dick right now. The ratings suck. I mean, the ratings for NXT haven't been good in weeks. They lost again in the ratings. They got like 630-something thousand views. AEW trounced them with 762,000. And you got the greatest champion in NXT history, Adam Cole, baby, as your face of that brand. And even he can't stop the mighty AEW machine. The WWE is in trouble, and they've been in trouble for years. This might be the worst year, if not the worst year in WWE history. They're getting record low record low viewership. I mean, Raw did 1.6 million views. That's horrible. And you can't blame it on the empty arena effect. I mean, you could, but you really don't have any argument. But I think even with fans, the WWE would be getting like 1.6, 1.8, on Raw and SmackDown. Right now, because the product sucks. The WWE product is a joke. It fucking sucks. That's why AEW right now is the number one company. They put on a better show. They have a better roster. Better owner. I mean, really. Tony Khan, in my eyes, is way better than Vince McMahon. He is. Tony Khan is better than Vince McMahon. Right now. Not of all time, but right now. Because Vince's company is going in the toilet. It's that great Poison song. Look what the cat dragged in, that memorable line. I got 1 foot in the gutter and one in the grave. That's what the WWE is right now. They got 1 foot in the gutter and 1 foot in the grave. And they're about to get that second foot in the grave. Their company is dead. It is dead. And when the fans come back, will it help? Maybe. But that all depends on the product. If the fans come back and the product's still shit, then the fans are gonna revolt. That's that. I just think the WWE is just chugging along, chugging. It feels like TNA now. Chugging. And somehow they still have a pulse. The same thing, with TNA right now. We're just going to be TNA. But they're going to actually be Impact Wrestling and TNA. They're not going to merge. They'll be two separate companies, which makes no fucking sense. But, and then Ring of Honor still has a pulse. They're still going on. They have no shows right now. Probably won't have shows for the foreseeable future because no shows in June, no shows in most likely in July, and maybe in August. Wrestle Dynasty got canceled, which sucks. That's why this fucking virus needs to fucking end because I'm getting irritated. I want to see a concert. I want to see a wrestling event. I want to go to a wrestling event. I don't care if it's like 25% capacity. I want to go. I want to go to an indie show. I want to go see WOW or whatever is around that I can go see. You know? This fucking virus fucking needs to end. It's fucking annoying. And New York needs to fucking wake up. New York and New Jersey and Connecticut, they need to start opening up. I don't care if the amount of people dying spikes. I don't care. Just open it up. We can't be going through June, through July, through August, through all the summer months when supposedly the virus goes bye-bye. Because it doesn't, it dies off in warm weather. Then it will come back in October and November. Because we know we're going to get a wave number 2. And then next year we're going to get wave number 3. And the same will go on every fucking year. We'll never have any normalcy. At least we'll be ready for it. And hopefully a vaccine will be out by January. But will New York City and New Jersey and Connecticut be fully open by that time? Nope. Maybe 50%, but not. I don't see 100%. Sporting events, forget that. Except if you're in Florida or Oklahoma City. Because there are going to be no fans in the stands for football this year in certain areas, especially in California, which sucks because I want to see the Niners. Not that I'm going to go to California and see the Niners, but, you know, you get that. I get that. I want a football season. And the schedule came out today. The Niners got a pretty easy 9-game schedule. Oh, boy. They're gonna easily win week 1. Then they got the Giants and the Jets back-to-back in week 2 and 3. Then they got the Eagles. And the Eagles suck. Sorry, EDP. I'm sorry. Eat that pussy 4 for 5. The Eagles suck. But, it is what it is. They're going to win the first 4 games, at least. They should beat the Giants because the Giants are garbage. The Jets look like garbage. The Jets got the Bills in the first week, and I think the Bills are going to win the AFC East. Because the Patriots ain't going to win it. So it's between the Patriots. It's going to be the Bills and the Miami Dolphins, who the Niners play, I think, the week after the Eagles game. So it's not an easy win, but it's going to be a tough game. So they could go 5-0, and then you got the Rams, and they play Arizona the first week at home, which is awesome. Not gonna be televised on TV here in Jersey and here in the Northeast, unless you have the rich man's cable, which I don't. But I can watch it on 49ers.com. I can watch it on the 49ers website. So I got that. And then the next 2 weeks, I can watch the games on Fox 5 here in the Northeast for the Jets and the Giants. I get to watch that. They have a Thursday night game, which I can watch on Channel 2 or Channel 4, whatever. They're going to have Thursday night football on besides the NFL Network. I think it's going to be on Channel 2. So I get to watch the Niners. I got Sunday night football on NBC. They got 2 games this year. That should be exciting. And then, with the flex week coming later on, and they might put the Niners on Fox 5. They might put them on Sunday night football. They might put them on Channel 2. We're gonna see a lot of Niner games, hopefully, over the course of the season. And definitely the playoffs. I think the Niners will get to the playoffs again. What seed? I don't know. I'm hoping number 1 seed again. But, they won't get a 2-week bye. They'll get a 1-week bye because of the new rules this year. 7 freaking teams in the playoffs. That should be fun. So the Niners will get, if they win the number 1 seed, they get the week off, and then they play whatever the highest seed remaining is. Who knows? And, you got Tampa Bay this year with Brady and Gronk. And the new look Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They could possibly win the NFC South. I doubt it, but I think it's going to be the New Orleans Saints. But I think they'll give the Saints a run for their money. Carolina's garbage. They don't have Cam Newton anymore. The Falcons are still rebuilding. And I think that's it for the South. So it's going to be between the Saints and the Buccaneers, most likely. Because I think Brady and company will win, I would say, about 10 games. 10, 11, maybe 12 wins this year. They'll get to the playoffs, maybe as a first wild card. Because it's going to be 4 teams and then 3 wild cards, which makes no fucking sense. So even a scrub team like the Giants could get in with a 6-10 record. God forbid the Giants get in. Or the Jets. I'll be happy if the Jets get in, but they ain't going to go anywhere. Because really the AFC is the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. That's your AFC title game right there. Unless somehow some way the Bills or somebody from the AFC South beats the crap out of them, like Tennessee or Indianapolis or maybe Jacksonville. Tennessee almost did it and they choked because they were on a run, and I was hoping it would be Kansas City and Tennessee. Actually, Tennessee did beat Baltimore. I should mess that up. Tennessee could have beat Kansas City. They fucked up. They had one job, Tennessee. One job. You could have made the Niners' road to the Super Bowl and probably winning the Super Bowl much easier. But you had one job and you couldn't even do that. Yeah. So fuck you, Tennessee. And all your fans too. You had one job. Contain Patrick Mahomes. You were doing it for a little while, and then you gave up 28 freaking points in the first half. And then right there, you just blew it. And the Niners did the same thing in the Super Bowl. They had a 10-point lead at the half, and they blew it. Because Mahomes, they couldn't even put Mahomes down on the turf. But I do see a Super Bowl hangover for the Kansas City Chiefs. They'll get to the playoffs, but I highly doubt they'll get. They may or may not get to the Super Bowl again, but they're building a dynasty right now with Mahomes and company right now. And the same thing with the Ravens. They got Jackson back there, who had a pretty good season and just ran out of gas. Like the Ravens do every playoffs. I was hoping for Ravens-Niners, a rematch from a few years ago. It didn't happen. Maybe get it this season. Who knows? But that's that. So, and we move on. So let's get back to wrestling. Let's not talk about the NFL season. We can talk about that in late August when we start the season. I can do my NFL preview. Hopefully, when I get my book, whenever that'll be, probably in the next 2.5-3 months. And that's that. All right, so getting back to Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt, I think Braun will somehow win. I think he'll find a way to beat Bray Wyatt, retain the belt for a little bit, and I really don't know who's going to beat who could beat Braun right now. I was thinking it would be Roman, but Roman's gone. I don't know if or when he's coming back. So they're going to have somebody either come up from NXT or It had to be someone like a Bray Wyatt, or I don't know who else it could be. I really don't know. Braun could hold the belt for like a long time, but I think the logical choice is give it back to Bray Wyatt. But then who are you gonna have as a contender for Bray Wyatt besides Braun Strowman? You could put Daniel Bryan in there, but I really don't see Daniel Bryan winning that Universal title anytime soon before he retires. It ain't gonna be Shinsuke, because Shinsuke's in mid-card hell right now with Cesaro. I really don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with the Universal title. Or the WWE title for that matter. And let's get to the WWE title. We got Drew McIntyre taking on Seth Rollins, the Monday Night Messiah. Drew winning at WrestleMania over Brock Lesnar was his moment. The marks and the fans wanted him to win. He gets the win, thankfully, because we didn't have to deal with Brock for another 6 months. Brock's gone now. He's they released him, but he left on his own. His contract was ending anyway. So Drew has the belt. Then he beat the Big Show in his first title defense. I don't know how the Big Show gets a fucking title shot, but go figure. And then Drew saying, if anybody's worthy of facing me, that seems worthy, I'll give you a title shot. And then Seth Rollins knocks on his door. And, he comes out and proclaims his prophecy and all this other shit. Like he's going to get the Universal title from Drew. He's going to lead by example. He's going to save Drew McIntyre. And over the last couple of weeks, we saw Seth take out Drew McIntyre, but then Drew comes back and takes Seth out, especially with the contract signing. And Murphy comes in to save Seth, and then he got his ass handed to him last week on Raw. Oh, this past Monday on Raw, I should say. And Seth tried to hit the curb stomp, and McIntyre avoided it, and he tried for the Claymore, and Seth rolled out of the ring. So it's going to come to a head. I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre to retain. I'm not going to give it back to Seth. I don't think right now. I don't think so. I think Drew's going to hold the belt for a while. Probably hold the belt for maybe a couple months and then probably lose it to whoever wins the Money in the Bank ladder match, or maybe lose it before then. He might lose to somebody like AJ Styles, because now he's back. So he could give it to AJ. The funny thing is they might have him go all the way and face Jinder Mahal, like a little 3MB reunion for the belt, and might do a program with it. Drew's kind of open to it, but if done right, but we'll see what happens with that. Seth will still be involved. He'll still be in the title picture. Hopefully when Kevin Owens comes back from injury, with his broken ankle or his fractured ankle, I don't know what, and something with his ankle. We don't know when he's coming back. Maybe another month or two by SummerSlam, who knows? So you throw Kevin Owens in there. I would have said Samoa Joe, but Joe is doing commentary now. I think he's better off on commentary, coming back and then possibly getting another concussion. I mean, he's fucking injury prone, this guy. So I think he's better off doing commentary right now. He's still young. So why not just stay away from the ring and do commentary with Tom Stupid Idiot Phillips and Byron Saxton. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. So Drew McIntyre will win the match, retain the title, and we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. All right, then we get to the two Money in the Bank ladder matches. Let's start off with the women's match. We got Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, and Asuka. Nobody is ready for Asuka. But but you knew that. And on the Raw side, taking on Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Carmella on the SmackDown side. It should be fun, Asuka and Shayna going at it, verbally, and they kind of went at it 2 weeks ago, beating the crap out of each other. And then with Nia Jax coming in, she's the wild card in this whole thing. Showing her dominance 2 weeks ago with a ladder, knocking Shayna and Asuka for a loop. And then last week, this past Monday night, we saw Asuka and Shayna team up to super kick Nia Jax off her feet on the futon doing the MVP lounge. So, Nia's still a wild card, but we'll see what happens. Then on the SmackDown side, you had Dana Brooke somehow, some way beat Naomi and get her Money in the Bank moment. Getting into the match for the first time ever. Lacey Evans beating Sasha to get in. Lacey Evans' first Money in the Bank ladder match. And Carmella beating Mandy Rose to get in. Carmella's, has been in Money in the Bank ladder matches before. She's won it twice. Once thanks to James Ellsworth. Last time she was in it. And then the first time she was in it, she won it by herself. The second time she won it thanks to James Ellsworth. And then cashed in on Charlotte Flair and winning the belt from Charlotte that right there. And then her beating Charlotte and Asuka. I don't know how she beats Asuka. I just don't know. Understand that. So it's going to be an interesting match. But I think this match is going to go to Shayna Baszler. I hope they give the Shayna. And I think Shayna will win the Money in the Bank ladder match. And eventually she's going to have a confrontation with Becky this Monday night on Raw. Because Becky's supposedly going to confront the Money in the Bank winner. So they kind of spoiled it. Because, somebody from Raw is going to win it now. So Shayna most likely will win it. I wouldn't be surprised to give the Asuka, but I mean, really, do we have to see another Asuka Becky match? And Becky beats her again like she did at the Royal Rumble. Yeah, if they're gonna give Asuka a push and make her beat Becky, cash in and beat Becky, but I don't see that happening. So the logical choice is Shayna Baszler to win the match. I think she will cash in on Becky and win the match. She'll probably break Becky's arm, and Becky, is going to be out. And then right after that, she's like, oh, Becky's hurt. She can't do anything, so I'm going to cash in right here and then. She's going to cash in. Becky, you have no other choice but to defend the belt with a broken arm. And Shayna's going to lock in that Kirifuda clutch, choke Becky out, and win the title. And then hold it until either Charlotte comes back to Raw, which she's probably going to after she loses the belt to either Rhea Ripley or Io. Or she loses it to a returning Ronda Rousey if and when Ronda does even come back. Becky will still be there going for the belt, getting a rematch when she heals up and everything. So you really got Shayna winning the belt and having Asuka as a challenger, Nia Jax as a challenger, even though I really don't give two shits about Nia Jax. She should get released because she's a fucking botch machine. Kind of like Brie Bella, but that's another story for a long time. And, you got Asuka, Becky, and Charlotte, and Nia Jax as 4 challengers. Kyrie maybe, if I don't know what they're going to do with Kyrie. That's 5 challengers. And if Ronda comes back, that's 6. So, who knows what's going to happen with the Raw Women's title. I still think it's going to go to Shayna. And Shayna's going to hold it for a while. A couple months, I would say. Probably maybe to the end of the year. Who knows? But she will win the title and then hold it until, like I said, Charlotte or, get a rematch with Becky for the 3rd time. And Then if not, it's going to be Asuka, Nia Jax, or returning Ronda Rousey, maybe at the Royal Rumble. But who knows? That's that. So Shayna's going to win the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And probably cash in on either Monday Night Raw this Monday night or maybe after that. But we'll see. All right, then we go to the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We got on the Raw side, we got Rey Mysterio, Booyaka, earned a shot by defeating Murphy. We got Aleister Black, who beat Austin Theory to get in. And we have AJ Styles, who got in after winning the Gauntlet match on Monday night. So that's your Raw stars. And on SmackDown, you got King Corbin, Baron Corbin, who I forgot who he beat. He beat Drew Gulak to get in. Otis, the big man from Heavy Machinery, he got in by defeating Dolph Ziggler. And you got Daniel Bryan, who got in by defeating, I believe it was, Cesaro. So any one of these guys could win this. I don't think it's going to be Otis. I think they're going to continue the Otis Dolph storyline. A lot of people are saying that Tucker was gonna come in and help Otis out and then turn on him, so they can do the Tucker heel turn. I don't think it's gonna happen though at Money in the Bank. So you can throw Otis out. I don't want to see Corbin again winning the Money in the Bank ladder match because Corbin fucking sucks. I think he's gonna start. I think Elias is gonna come back and cost him and canceling them out. So Corbin's out. Otis is probably going to be out. Daniel Bryan, he's won it. He's won it twice before. Once before. When he won the belt and he cashed in on I think it was the Big Show. Way back when he won the WCW World Title. So I don't think they're going to give it to Daniel Bryan before he retires, because he's going to be focusing on Birdie and Brie and baby number 2 coming up at the end of this year. So Daniel Bryan's out. I wouldn't mind Daniel Bryan winning the Money in the Bank and possibly cashing in on Braun Strowman or whoever has the Universal title. I wouldn't be, it'll be okay, Bryan getting the Universal title and holding it for maybe a month or two, but I just don't see that. So Bryan's kind of, you can throw Bryan out. Rey Mysterio, he hasn't won Money in the Bank. That's the one thing he wants to do before he kind of leaves. I don't think he's going to win it. I hope they don't give it to him. I mean, really, is he going to cash in on Drew McIntyre? I don't think so. So Ray's kind of out. So the odds-on favorite in my eyes, and I called this from the start of the Money in the Bank qualifying matches, is going to be Aleister Black. I think Aleister Black is going to win the match. He's going to hold on to that briefcase. He's going to bide his time. And then eventually when he sees Drew down, he's going to cash in. And I would not be surprised if Aleister Black becomes WWE champion by the end of this year. Or maybe into next year. Like I said, you have the contract for up to 1 year, with any time, any place. So Black could cash in on Monday Night Raw this Monday night. He could cash in at SummerSlam. He could cash in at Crown Jewel, if they're gonna have a Crown Jewel this year from Saudi Arabia. Who knows if they're even gonna do it? You can cash in at the Survivor Series. You can cash in at Hell in a Cell if they even do Hell in a Cell this year. You could cash in at the Royal Rumble. You could cash in all the way up until WrestleMania 37. But I don't think they're gonna wait that long for Aleister to cash in. I think they're gonna bide his time, and then Black will cash in on either Drew McIntyre or whoever holds the WWE title. He'll cash in, win the belt, hold it for a little while. He's not going to be a long-term champ, but we'll see what happens with that. But I think Aleister will win the match, and we'll see what happens with that. So my pick is Aleister Black for the men. For the women, it should probably be Shayna, unless they give it to Asuka and they have Asuka be the first woman to lose the Money in the Bank cash in. They could do that, but that would kind of suck. But I think Shayna Baszler is the logical choice to win, and that is it for that. So my predictions, to sum up and finish off this video, for the SmackDown Women's title, I got Bayley to retain over Tamina. For the SmackDown Tag Team titles, I got the New Day of Big E and Kofi Kingston to retain over the Miz and Morrison, the Forgotten Sons, and the Lucha House Party. So the New Day will retain in their first title defense. For the Universal title, I got Braun Strowman to retain over Bray Wyatt. For the WWE title, I got Drew McIntyre to defeat and retain against Seth Rollins. And in the Money in the Bank ladder matches, I got Shayna Baszler for the women and Aleister Black for the men. And if anything comes up tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw, on SmackDown, we'll see what happens. And I'll give the predictions for that on my SmackDown review tomorrow night. So check that out. So that is it for my WWE Money in the Bank predictions. Let me know what you guys thought of the video and leave your predictions down below, or hit me up via Facebook or Twitter with your leave me a message or a tweet or a comment or whatever you want. And that's pretty much all I can say about that. So leave your predictions and your questions and anything else in the comments section of the video. Like I said, you can hit me up with your questions via Facebook or Twitter. Go to my Twitter link down below in the description box and click the link and go to my page. You can follow me on Twitter, and you can leave me a tweet or you leave me a DM with your questions and any comments and anything like that. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So that's it for episode 167 of the Gilmore Chronicles. Thank you all for watching. Episode 168 will be my Double or Nothing predictions coming up in a couple weeks. And then episode 169, 69, will be my Memorial Day vlog. Talk about Memorial Day. That'll be on Memorial Day, coinciding with my Q&A, my live Q&A on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel on Memorial Day. Probably do 3 videos that day. Who knows? We'll see. And I've got Monday Night Raw that night, but we'll see if I can get my when, depending on my work schedule. I'll probably be working on some morning shifts, so I'm going to try to get the Monday Night Raw review for Memorial Day up on Memorial Day. If not, it'll probably be probably late Tuesday afternoon, the night, the 26th. But we'll see what happens with that. And then probably go back to the same schedule. Maybe here and there I might tweak it a little bit, but we'll see what happens with that. And that's it for that. So thank you all for watching episode 167 of the Gilmore Chronicles, on our road to 175 episodes and on our road to 200 episodes. I think we'll get there by the end of the year. And I'll send in your questions right now for future Q&As on this channel and on my other channels as well. In the description box, in the comment section, or hit me up via Facebook or Twitter. Like I said, continue to hit that subscribe button down below. We're slowly gaining subs. Hopefully we'll get to 200, get to 275, and maybe up to 300. Maybe by the summer, by the end of the year, hopefully. That's up to you guys. Subscribing, smashing that like button to death, and hitting that bell to get notified of when my videos go up. Because a lot of people are saying, go live, go live. Well, if you hit the bell, you can get notified of when I go live on my respective channels, and you can come in the chat and talk about wrestling or talk about whatever the fuck you want. But you got to hit that bell. If you don't hit that bell, then you can't get notified, and then you're like, where's your video? Then you're out of the loop. Like I said, if you tap that bell, you're in the loop. You know when my videos are going to be up if YouTube sends them out to you, or you're going to have to either follow me on Twitter or friend me on Facebook. And maybe I'll follow you, or I'll friend you on Facebook, depending on who you are. Because I don't friend a lot of people because you have to know me for a while. Or if you're a friend of another friend that I know pretty well and I trust you, but some people can't be trusted on this fucking website and in the world. So that's that. And that's all I got to say about that. So that's my Money in the Bank predictions. Leave me your predictions down below and your questions. And that's it. So have a great rest of your Thursday night, everybody. A great start to your weekend tomorrow. Friday. Start the weekend. The first weekend of May. As we roll on, we got Mother's Day this Sunday. So be nice to your mother. Get her a card or take her out. Well, you can't really take her out. I mean, you can maybe go hang out with your mom and have some lunch, whatever you want to do. I don't know what I'm going to do this Sunday. Probably just stay home. I mean, I already got my mom flowers for Mother's Day, so I don't really have to do anything. So I'll probably call her and say Happy Mother's Day. Blah 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 blah. Rose or celebrate Mother's Day and all that other crap. And that's that. So happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there, if I don't say it beforehand. And we roll on to Memorial Day. We're going to hopefully have a good Memorial Day, depending where you are. Hopefully New York will ease its restrictions and we start reopening New York City, the economy in New York City, and maybe Jersey and Connecticut as well. But who knows with that. And I'm hopefully, we'll start having a good summer. Hopefully, it's gonna start getting warm. It's gonna be 80 75, 80, maybe 90 degree weather, maybe 100. Who knows? If it gets up to that hot and humid weather that I love. I love the summer. So I can take my vacation to Florida, and I run the risk of maybe having to stay in Florida for 2 weeks because the stupid travel issues. I hope I don't get stuck in Florida for 2 weeks, because then I'm gonna miss out on some money. I have to use up all my vacation time, and I only have a certain limit of a certain amount of days I can use right there. So, but I still get paid for it, which is nice. And that's that. So we'll see what happens with that. So I really want to take my vacation. So I need to get out of here because of this fucking virus. I need to get out. And hopefully by the end of July, I can get out for a week, go to Florida, get a nice little R&R and a nice tan, be with the missus and my grandson and all that other good stuff. Enjoy Florida for a week and come back to the hustle and bustle of the Northeast, and then start getting ready for the fall and whatever comes our way. That's all I gotta say about that. So normalcy is coming back, hopefully by July or August, and hopefully New York City will be back up and running. Who knows? I'm hoping by August or September, and hopefully we can start going back to wrestling events and hockey and football and baseball, college basketball, and all that other good stuff that we all know and love. And I know the virus is going to come back in October with a vengeance, in November and December with a cold, and January and February, and maybe in March. Next year is going to be the same fucking shit. Probably get another lockdown. They'll still be wearing the fucking masks all fucking year, most likely. It's fucking annoying, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, until we get a vaccine, this fucking virus is gonna continue on. We're gonna get another wave in October, going into who knows how long it's gonna last. Probably all fall and winter, and maybe into the early spring. So it's gonna be a fucking mess, especially with the weather in the winter. We might get a bad winter. I mean, the last 2 winters have been pretty warm here in the Northeast, which is good. No, no hard, no back-breaking shoveling. My back's actually, held up for the last couple of winters. So hopefully this year we get another warm winter, but who knows? They said last year was supposed to be really bad, and it didn't turn out. Turned out it was a mild winter. We didn't get that many snowstorms. We didn't really get any blizzards. Thank God. Well, it kind of sucked because I could have used a blizzard day off, but it is what it is. But we'll see what happens, and when we get to the summer and the fall and the winter, and what this virus does in the next 6 to 8 months, and we'll see what happens with that. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I'm Peter Gomez signing off for TGC 167. Thank you for watching. Leave your comments and your questions down below, and your predictions for Money in the Bank. That's that. So thank you for watching. Check out my NXT review in the description box on the Peter Gilman YouTube wrestling channel. Subscribe, smash the bell, hit that like button to death. That's it. So that's it. I'm out. Peace. And have a great weekend, everybody. See you tomorrow for my SmackDown review. Peace, bitches.